ثلاثة. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. A warm welcome to you, gentlemen, and our 8th presentation for this course, Minj 428. I want to briefly introduce myself and my teammates. My name is Sameer, and my teammates Faris and Yazeed, and we are from Blue Team. Today, guys, we are going to talk about the progresses of our project in the MS program. So we are going to talk about our project, which is the snake and scorpions blocker in our in the MS project. Only we are going to use the MS project in this presentation. For now, I want to briefly introduce our project to get to know about what we are going to talk about it next. Our project basically it's a blocker for from snake and scorpions. Anyone in the desert or any place or any environment that including snake and scorpions, this device will be very useful for him. So the function of this device will be as this. There will be a vibration that generates vibrations, okay, in the ground, so that will affect the snakes. And also we are going to have a special spray for the scorpions, and also special ray for the scorpions. On the other side, we are going to have a bump section that if the person get attacked from snake or scorpions, he can get from he can absorb the poison. Sorry, the poison from his blood. On the other side, also we are going to have the SOS device, which will be connected to the nearest emergency center, so that they can help the person who got attacked. This is basically our project. Okay. Then I want to briefly talk about the MS project for now. And the MS project, it's a Microsoft project. Is a project management software made for project managers, so they can control their project depending on your plan. And Microsoft project lets you plan your project and assign tasks and manage resource and make reports and more. You can do it in the MS project. It offers a full plates of service, and was quick to dominate the project management software field when it was first introduced. So this is the MS project, and there are some features in the MS project, such as the project creates a budget based on the assignment work and the resources rates. As the resources are assigned to the task, and the task and assignment work is estimated, the program calculates the cost equal to the work times the rate, which rolls up the task level, and then to any summary task, and finally to the project level. And the next features and MS project resources definitions, people, equipment, and materials also can be shared between a project using shared resource pool, which we can do it in the MS project. Each resource can have its own calendar, which define what days and shifts resource is available. Resource rate are used to calculate the resources assignment costs, which are rolled up and summarized at the resources level. Each resource can be assigned to multiple tasks and multiple plans also. And each task can be assigned multiple resources. And the applications schedule tasks work based on the resource availability as defined in the resources calendars. Um, these all the features for MS project, and there are more, but I don't want to talk about it too much. So now we want to move on to my friend Faris to talk about our project, which is the project charter, in a few minutes.
Hello, good evening, everyone. Thank you, Sameer, to introduce me. I am Faris Alghamdi. Now, inshallah, we talk about project charter in MS project. We do the project charter in presentation, and also we do it in the Word. But now we'll do all projects in MS project. First, let's talk and remember you about the project charter in the beginning, and what is the project charter. Project charter is very important point about what you want to do in professional project. The project charter must be high level requirement. If the project charter is if a high level requirement, the project charter, it will be very professional about our project. And the project charter is the birthday about the project. Any project you want to do, you must have the project charter uh, in any project. And the project charter you need in this project charter, the input about this is the business case document. I'd include that business case and benefit management plan and agreement and the factor surrounding the project and interface observation assist. And if you want to get the project charter or assumption log, you need many things to do about this. You need a data gathering about brainstorming, like here in Zoom, and interviews and maybe meeting or business conditions. And you must have the interpersonal and team skills. This is the project charter in general about what is the project charter in the beginning. And now let's talk about the project charter in our project in MS project. We do the project charter in MS project. It's easy to do anything in MS project. The tasks name, as we see here, is the needs here. The needs for our project, the need for the component and improval from the conditioner, sorry, conditioner and the device symbol to use for the client. This is the first task name. And the second task name, it's the need of the work. What's the need of the work? This project will be made for the people who gets touched by the snacks and scorpions. And the three task name is the goal here about the saving the humanity. And the fourth task name is the particular case. Is some of the stories that move, some of the stories that some relatives told us, like for example, maybe engineer talk about it. Maybe my brother talk a story about the scorpions and snakes, and we get the particular case about this. And the project manager, it's me, Faris, the manager. He can change the design and control the budget. And the four, or I think one, two, three, four, five, maybe six. The tax name is scope of the project. Here we have two things about the scope of the project. Our project will help the people who lives in farm or desert, for example, and our project will not be helpful that much for the people who lives in cities. Please, Samir, go down. And summary schedule of key events. The first step we do here sub of a task about the first step, the slides that from our doctor. And second step, and other website that specialize in snack and scourgings. And let's talk about the task name about external assumptions. Good or useful, who wears the device, a good soil, and external restrictions solid hardness, rock, and high cost. And about the budget summary, the project will cost around 1,540 reals. And we'll talk about the budget in also the project charter in MS project, sorry, about the detail. And we have also the project needs for surface, easy to maintain, easy of use or to use, no affecting the surrounding environment. And we also have project boundaries. The boundaries of the project are reserved in place where there are many snacks and scorpions, and we will obtain Benton to provide the idea. And what's the project output in project charter in MS project? Advice that contains a source that produce vibration and light source, as well as special besides for scorpions. And project implementation here, difficulty getting some of the pieces needed for the project, and difficult obtaining a patent, and difficult creating electric circuit. And also we have initial organization of the project. Here we have sponsor coordinator for this course, hunters, international markets, scientific science, project manager, and team members also. And knowledge primary risk. Sameer, please go down. Yeah, knowledge primary risk. We have here delayed portion of the vibration device, and also there is no payment power score for this device. And about the task name, K performance inductors will test the device on snacks and scorpions to prove it is effectiveness. And the last task name in the Janta chart here, as you see, the charter approvals. The charter approvals must approve our sponsor and coordinator and the manager to go about the project charter, a high level requirement per day to what we do in this project. Thank you for listening. Now let's go to my teammate Yazeed. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah, sorry for that. Let's introduce my teammate, Sameer. Sorry for that. Thank you.
Thank you, Faris. So now, guys, let's move on and talk about our stakeholders in the snake and scorpions blocker. First of all, we have three stakeholders. The three main stakeholders in our project are the owner, which represented by Dr.Saeed, Asiri. And then we have the employees, which are represented by Sameer Almarghalani, and the government, which is represented by King Abdulaziz University. And each of these stakeholders, we made a special number and or value for them to see how they can influence or they can or the impact on them from this project, or let's say how they can affect on our project. This value will affect on our project, and we can know from this value also how much the stakeholders they can manage or control our project. So, for example, the owner, Dr. Saeed, he will be he will be influenced by the project, and also he will get the impact from the project. So he got a very high value, and so as the government also, they can affect on our project. They can stop or they are asked more information about the project, so they can get approved for this project. And so as the employees also, the employees, they are influenced also by the project, because the employees they are working in the project, so they must be influenced by the project, but they don't have that much power that they can affect on our project, such as the owner and the government. And that's all for our stakeholders. I want to thank you and present my colleague Yazeed.
Thank you, Sameer. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum. My name is Yazeed Ali. I'm going to talk about the resource management plan, or the responsibilities among the team members. As you can see here, we have three team members: Faris, Sameer, and me. We can see the details about the salary or the time available. Both the salary and the budget. My friend Faris will talk about in details. And we'll talk about the availability. We can see here that we are available 100% since this is our project in this course. And let's go now to the Gantt chart. No, we'll go to the right, the blocks.
Which part you want?
The box in the right. There are names.
Okay.
Yes, excellent. We can see the resource names. Every task is accountable in some team member. We have three, so in every task there are someone who is accountable, and in the RASI matrix there are details about the responsible or the informed or the consultant. We can see here that some tasks start together, but if we focus on this task, we can see that it is related to each other, and we can start it the both in the same times. Like for example, we can see here Faris develop schedule and plan cost management, and in the down we will be responsible for the budget, and the cost the budget are so relatable to each other. The way to choose it is by clicking in the names. We will have the list of the team members, since we have defined it in the first place. We can choose between them in every task. This is just in general. There are no more details. Let's go back to my colleague Faris.
Hello again. Now I will talk about the project scope statement. And first, I will talk about the project scope statement and statement in general. We do the project scope statement in a Word, and also we do the project scope statement presentation. But now we do the project scope statement in MS Project. In MS Project, you can do anything you want to do. Okay, let's talk the project scope statement in general. Project scope statement, we have 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 5, 6, 7 items. It's important for the project scope statement. The first item, it's the objectives. What's the objectives about the project scope statement in general, not about our project? In a few minutes, we'll talk about our project. The objective in general, it's what's the goal in our project. And the second thing, the product scope description. It's built on top of countries from the project charter and requirement documentations. And product criteria. Here we have a defined accept process and defined criteria for accepting completed product, service, or result or the project. And the four things, the project deliverables, it's two types of deliverables: direct output and additional outcomes. And the five things is the project exclusion or the out of the project. It's very important subtopic. States the stakeholder what the Sameer talk about what is not part of the deliverables. And project constraint, Also, any constraint that may limit project manager's option to get the work done. And the final thing is project assumptions, any and all assumptions made with respect to the scope. And the second, we will talk about what's the difference between the project charter and project scope statement to go to the example in MS project. The difference about the project charter and project scope statement is the project descriptions and goals and high level requirements and constraints and high level risk. And the project scope statement is the project scope description and description of the deliverables and project exclusion and criteria. And what is the similarity for these two things about the project charter and project scope statement is defined requirement. About the project charter, the input about defined requirement is high level requirement and deliverables and stakeholders. And the tools to get the project scope statement is defined requirement, and the output is project scope statement. I think it's clear about the example in the project charter and what is the project charter, and also the project what is the project scope statement and what is the difference and similarity for two things. And now let's go to the example and project scope statement. Samir, go up, please. Yeah, here we do the project scope statement in MS project. First, we have the task mode and task name. The project title here is snack and scorpions blocker. Don't see the direction here because we do all the project scope statement about 1 day. So it's not don't it's not very time to do it. And this the first thing about the project scope statement is project title. It's snack and scorpions blocker. And me, what is the project leader? It's me, Faris. And what is the project aim and purpose? The aim of the project is to preserve in general the goals of farms and desert from scorpions and snack, and its purpose is to project them. And the 14th is project objectives. Direction also that is 1 day, and what is the subtext about this? It's advice that contains vibration emitted in the ground and also gamma rays with a significant and out of the scope. Here, there are some relatives that are not affected by the vibration and arthritis rays and the pesticin insecticide for the scorpions only. And also the task name benefit applications. Please let me go down. Here, the benefit that you will get from the project is that there will be no loss of human separate, and on the other hand, from income with needs to inventions that will be obtained after the completion of the project, and research of previous action projects. This project, which has been worked on the all import and whose idea was extracted from IE 201 from Dr. Omar Al-Nagati. And the last things here, equality and diversity. This project that will be benefit from the project, and it will we are that targeting our farmers, fishing enthusiasts, and people living in real areas. This is the project scope stand in our project. We discover what is, and we put the 7 things important in project scope statement in MS project. Thank you for listening, and now let's go to Sameer.
Right. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh again. My name is Sameer. Now I want to talk about the breakdown structure, the WBS. Let me briefly talk about the WBS in general. Breaking work into smaller tasks is a common productivity technique used to make the work more manageable and approachable also. For projects, the work breakdown structure, WBS, is a tool that utilized this technique and is one of the most important project management documents. Is a slightly integrated scope and cost and schedule baseline, ensuring that the project plans are in agile. The Project Management Institution, BMI, Project Management Book of Knowledge, BM Book, defines the work breakdown structure as deliverable oriented hierarchical decomposition of the work to be executed by the project team. There are two types of WBS. The first one, the deliverable based, and the second phase-based. And the most common and preferred approach is the deliverable based. This is what we used in our project. Okay, sorry. Okay, and for an MS project, we used the WBS as here. We first create a column that signed as a WBS, which is the work breakdown structure. Okay, and we insert some information about our project. Okay, and other options that are available in the MS project, which create this coded codes for our task that we have. Okay, sorry for this. Okay, the code that we have is start with the BMB, okay, 01, which is the first level for our task, and this is the task name for our project. Then it's gonna start with the summary task, which is the code will be BMB 01.01, and the other the next subtask will be as this BMB 01.01.01, and then it will be a BMB 01.01.02. So after we finish the first summary task, we have then the BMB 0.02, which is called the second summary summary task, yes, which is the planning process. And the planning process, we have how much task? 15. How did I know the 15 tasks that I have? Because of the last two digit in the code, which represent the number of the task in the summary, the number of subtasks in the summary task. Okay, so we have here the BMB 01.02, which is the planning process, which is, as I said, is the summary task. Then we have the first task, which is the develop project management plan. The code, it will be BMB 01.02.01. The next collect requirement 0.1. 0.1, it will be for all the task and summary subtask and summary task. Okay, because it have the name of the or the code of the project name. Okay, then the second digit after the first dot, which is represent as the number of the summary task. Okay, which is the second, as I said here. Begin with the second. Okay, then we will you will have all the summary subtasks that including inside the summary task. Okay, So let's go to the third summary task, which is the executing process. And the code, it will be BMP 01.03. And for this, we have how many subtasks? 7. Okay. As I said before, the BMP 01, it's a constant for all the other subtasks and summary task, because it has the project name, then the number of the summary task, then the subtask number. Okay. The before the last code we have is the BMP 01.04, which include which is represented by the monitoring and controlling process, which is the fourth summary task. Then inside this task, summary task, we have 10 subtasks. Okay, each task has his own code. Okay, then the last summary task, we have the BMP 01.05, which is the closing process, and inside the closing process we have this code, which represent by the close project. This code in the MS project will help us to get to know easily where is the location of the task that we have in our project, MS project. For example, if I want to look, if the manager asked me to see the task called BMP 01.02.03, okay, so I will go to the MS project and look for the BMP 01 first. Okay, I will see that all the tasks we have is start with the BMP 01. Okay, then he asked about 02, so you will get to know it's the second summary task. Okay, then he asked about the 03, so you can get to the task that the manager asked you easily to from this code. Okay, I think that's all for the WBS project, in WBS structure, sorry. Now I want to move on to the WBS dictionary in MS project. But briefly, just let me talk about the WBS dictionary before I go deeper to our project. Okay. WBS dictionary is a document that provides detailed information about deliverables, activity, and schedule of each component in the work breakdown structure, the WBS. The WBS, the dictionary, describe each component of the WBS with the milestone and deliverables, activities and the scopes, and sometimes dates, resources, cost, and quality. Used correctly, the WBS dictionary becomes much more than a document that describes the work. It becomes a project kaleidoscope that allows you to look at your project data in infinity number of ways. The main application of the WBS dictionary is to define the work in detail, to help you to create a productive product that will be obtained with the execution of the project. Work package are the lowest level of the work breakdown structure. They represent the list of tasks in order to produce a particular unit of work. And this is information about WBS dictionary. Let's see what we did in MS project by using MS project with the WBS dictionary. First, we create a column as the WBS, okay, here. Then we name it with the WBS dictionary, so we can know that what is talking about. Okay. Then the first row we have the project name, and the second row, which is the summary task, which represented by the initiation process. Then we define each summary subtask, okay, that we have in our project. For example, in the develop project charter, we have the dictionary for this. Is the process of developing a document that formally authorizes and extensions of a project and provides the project manager And the second summary task in the initiation process, which is who affect and influenced by the project, which is the definition of the stakeholders. Then we have the preparing and coordinating all the subdictionary plans, which is the dictionary describe the develop project management plan. And so next we have to identify all the needs to meet the objective and of the project, which is also the describe for the collect requirement. So let's go forward. And for example, here, yes, here, activity thermostatic suite of the thermo project, which is described for the control scope. And also we have all these dictionary or descriptions for our activities that we have in our project. Okay, and that's all for the WBS, the schedule WBS or the code, the WBS, and the WBS dictionary for our project and for snake and scorpions block. So now let's move on and see the Gantt chart for our project in a few seconds. Yes, now let's move on and talk about the Gantt chart. And also, as the previous subject, I want to introduce the Gantt chart and talk about it in general. So, Gantt charts are commonly used for tracking project schedule, and they are especially useful in the project management. To put it simply, they are literate and allow you to know what need to be done and when it needs to be done also. Gantt chart are also able to show you additional information regarding the different tasks or sections of project, such as how far have the task progresses, and how a group of tasks might depend on other groups of tasks, how important several tasks are and resources are being used within a project. And one of the greatest thing about Gantt chart is what they are extremely visual. On the left side of the chart, you will find a list of tasks necessary for a project, and the top you will see you will find the time scale. And here comes the important part. Each task is represented by a bar. It's linked represent the duration of the task at the same time. Each bar is represented by the title of the activity that needs to be completed, along with any relevant information that will help carry completion. After we know about the Gantt chart, our team asked itself, do we need the Gantt chart? Basically, yes. Why? This simple question, of course, because you will need to know whether or not you have a project that needs to be done. If you have a project that you are working on getting completed, and especially if you are working with a team of any kind, you need a Gantt chart, of course. In fact, even if you are working on a project entirely solo, you may still need a Gantt chart because it's going to help you flash out the project into all different components. It's a whole little more than that. However, now let's see our Gantt chart for the snake and scorpions plotter. As you see here, the task name that we have here, okay, all the task name that we have, as I showed you before, okay, and every task name, there are a block which represent by the subtask. Okay, for example, the develop project charter. This is the first block for it, which represented, as I said, for the develop project charter. Okay, and there are all the tasks here we have an agenda chart, okay? And every task is assigned with the name of that who will work on this task. And above or in the top here, you will see the rotation or the timeline for our project. And as I said, in the left, you will see the task that we have. And because we finished already from this task, which is you have the dark blue line, the critical path starts from here, because this task we didn't assign as a completed finished activity. So if we change the mark here from not finished, as you see here, it's gonna be all red, because this is our critical path for our project, okay? And the milestone will be here in this activity, which is the maturing the project. Sorry. Maturing project relations and sorry, this is the description. Yeah, here mature stakeholders engagement here, which will be the milestone for our project, and the last thing will be the closing for our project. These are the relation for our project. For example, I can't start the second task without finishing the first one, and so on. The agenda chart will show you all the tasks or the relation between the tasks that you have. And for example, if you have a relation between finish to start, or start to finish, or finish to finish, or start to start, all this relation will be here in agenda chart. And that's all. Thank you. Now let's move with my friend Faris. Thank you. Right.
Hello again. Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much to introduce me. And now let's talk about the important things in any project you want to do. It's the budget. Here, as you see about the budget in our project, the duration of the budget we do, and the plan we are doing is the 7 days. Okay, and the activity estimate, it's 1 day, start about 3/20/21. The resource name, what do this activity, all of us, we share any active and any objectives here in budget. We share everything together. The resource name about the activity estimates, me and Sameer and Yazeed. And about the work package, the duration also 1, and the start about 23/22, and finish the same days. And the resource names also me and Sameer and Yazeed. And the control account, also we have this about tax name, me and Sameer and Yazeed. And the project estimate also like this, and contingency reserves, and cost performance baseline, and judgment reserves, and project budget. As you see, each active here, the task name is snack and score points blocker, but each task name here about the activity estimate, me and Sameer and Yazeed, we pay 194, because all of things here about the money, about the work, about anything, we sharing equal, specific in the money. In the money, we also anything we need to buy, we sharing together, and نقسم يعني على 3. And here the actual cost, we have about the active estimate, we buy, we put 194, and as soon as you see here in down. And what is the total cost here? It's 1,552. About the work complete, if we it's the work is not complete yet, but I put in an example just here. If you see, if the work complete, we will buy each of them 194. And if you see in the agenda chart, each active here we buy 3, me and Sameer and Yazeed. Sameer, please go to resource sheet. Go to tasks. Yeah. Okay. Here, the resource name, as we Yazeed said, me and Sameer and Yazeed, and we do some calculator and something like that. We get the result about me, and I will pay for 16 per hour, and Sameer also 16 per hour in all projects. We do some calculator to get this this numbers, and Yazeed 16 and a half hour. This half is the risk about what we'll talk inshallah in Yazeed about the risk. This is some risk because the project budget, the all project budget we told before, it's 1,544 of 40. But here, as you see here, the cost is, I think, 1,554. This the more about in here in MS project. This is what we will talk about the risk and this, and this we do in project update, about the project update. And that's all about the project budget in MS project. Inshallah, it's nice to see this. And thank you for listening. Now let's go to Yazeed.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Thank you, Faris. Assalamu alaikum everyone again. Today, this time, I'm going to talk about the risks in the project. For the risk, we can see that we have the probability, we have the impact, we have the level, and the severity. These 4 columns. Just wait a minute. Yes, these 4 columns. The probability is rated from 1 to 5. 1 is very low and 5 is very high. Probability means that how do we expect that this will happen. The impact is how the project will be delayed or affected if this happened. We have the risk, the level is a probability multiplied to the impact. And there's the risk severity. Let's see how we did this. And the probability, we click here in the probability, we go to the project, and we go to the custom field. We can see here the rename. We click in the rename, we put the name, probability, okay. Then we go to look up. As you can see here, we have put the value 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have the description, very low, low, medium, high, and very high. Now the MS project will recognize these numbers and these descriptions for it. Close. Okay. We can see here 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and with the names of it, very low, low, medium, high, very high. It goes on for all the probability. After probability, we have the impact. Let's see how we did it. We go to the same place, custom fields, rename. We name it to the impact, lookup, and the values and the descriptions. Close. Okay. And the same thing happened. So after we put the probability and the impact, we get the level risk, which is the probability multiplied to the impact. Custom field, rename, we name it. This time we won't do the lookup because it doesn't have a value recognized. It is a formula. Let's see the formula. Here, text 1, which is the probability multiplied to text 10. This is the impact. You go OK. OK. You can see here 2 multiplied to 5 is 10. 1 is 5. 4 multiplied to 5 is 20. So this is the risk level out of 25. Finally, we have the risk severity. We have in the risk severity, we can see that there are 2 levels, the green and the yellow and the red. The green means it is low, the yellow it means it is medium, and the red is high. Let's see how we did it. We go custom field, rename, we name it, formula. This time we have a code. We as a team would agreed that anything is higher than 14 out of 25 is high. If it is between 14 and 5, it is medium, and below 5 is low. See here, IIF text 11, which is the risk level, higher than 14, comma, high. Then comma, IIF text 11, which is the risk level, higher than 5 and lower than 14, medium, comma, low, which mean anything else is low. Okay. Before we do it, we go to the graphical. Here we have we put the relation between the values and the image. We got high, we will get the red, yellow, the red color. If it is medium, we will get the yellow. If it is low, it will get the green. If you click here, we can write it, and here the image we can choose from many images. Let's see here. You have many types. For example, you can use the faces if you want. Let's see. Here we have the faces, but I would like to go with the color. So, okay. Okay. So here 5. It is lower than 5 in the low position. 10 is between 14 and 5, so it is a medium. Let's see which is the most risky thing here in our project. First, we have this. So as you can see, it is much easier. We just look to the color and give us the whole idea. Here the color is red. You go to the risk. It is too high. It is 20. Here you can see the probability is high and the impact is very, very high. It is 5, the maximum, which is a collective requirement. So you can here focus on the collective requirements since it is so risky. Let's go down. Here another red, 20. The probability is 5. It would happen very expectable. The impact is 4, which is high, which is the plan resource management. So we will focus here more than any other places. Here we have the 16. Sorry for this, guys. Let's go. back again to the risk. As we said, the probability, the impact out of 5, the level, risk level is the probability multiplied by the impact, and the risk severity, which is red for high, yellow for medium, and green for low. The red is higher than 14 out of 25. The yellow, which is medium, is between 5 and 14. The green is lower than 5. We have talked about the red. You can see here red, for example, here red collector comments is red 20. This is the good thing about it. We can do it in an easy way. Just look for the colors. We can know which is higher in risk, which is lower. Here we have the plan resource management 20, which is red. The plan stakeholders engagement. Here we have the managed stakeholders engagement red, which is 20. The probability 4, and the impact is 5. For the medium, we have many things. The medium, for example, here develop schedule, plan cost management. The easy things here, for example, you see here the green colors. You can see the probability is 1, but the impact is so high. The task is identify stakeholders. We have another green, which is the van activities. The probability is 1, and the impact is 2. Green. And let's look for another green. Seems there is not another green, just these two. So here the advantage of using this type of methods. We can identify which is so risky, which is not that risky, which is so easy. Why we should know that? If something is not that risky, say the impact is too low or the approach is too low, for example here, we can ignore this risk and focus on the high risks while dealing also with the yellow. But the red is more important. So here the probability is very high. It mostly will happen, for example, and the impact is so high, 5 out of 5. So we need to focus here. That's all for this. Thank you for listening. Thank you, guys. See you, inshallah, next presentation.